It's important, though, that ASEAN sticks to what it had agreed to, which is that as long as the regime continues to conduct itself in the way it has, and particularly as things are getting worse, which unfortunately I think they only are, that they should not participate at the political level in ASEAN meetings. I was at the meeting, the special summit meeting, at a table that looked a little bit like this with the leaders, and there was an empty chair with a placard with Myanmar with no one sitting behind it. And I think that was an important symbol of the moment. It was a necessary symbol. But I think it's, for the United States, working with our allies and partners, we are constantly thinking about ways that we can use whatever leverage we have to continue to pressure, to incentivize the regime to stop its behavior, to enter into negotiations, and importantly, return or put Burma on a path to democracy. And so we are always looking at new measures we can take, sanctions in particular, in that spirit. Also, I think it's very important that we continue to work to cut off the resources to the regime in terms of its military capabilities. We have called for an arms embargo. I think it's unfortunately unrealistic that we'll get any action in the UN Security Council on that anytime soon, but nevertheless, the United States and many other partners have signed on to a pledge publicly to say that we should stop arms sales to Myanmar. And I think this is something all of us should talk to our Russian friends about, because right now they are taking advantage of the situation and only increasing arms sales to Myanmar. And I think that's just further evidence of Russia's outlook on the world right now, as we're seeing in Ukraine as well. So I think pressure on the regime is an important component. It's not the only component. Our policy, as I made clear, is not simply one of pressure, but I think as long as the regime is conducting itself the way it has, this pressure is warranted and it should increase.